All right, I tell you what, guys, this has been an interesting video to try and record. Cameras have been shutting off and dying, and it's been kind of crazy, but we're going to try and get it in now. So, in today's video, we're going to be comparing the Teccpo Rotary tool against the Tool Shop from Menards and a single-speed Dremel Multi-Pro. All three of these cap out at around 35,000 RPM. But there are some features that these two have that the Dremel does not. And we're going to get into that today and see just how well this Teccpo holds up against the other two. So let's get started. So Teccpo reached out to me to see if I could take a look at their tool. And I was intrigued right away when I saw the Amazon description. And basically this tool comes with a hard case, which is really nice. The others do not. This will be nice for just grabbing it all together, tools, bits, everything in one and going to the job. The next thing, which was a big perk for me, was this flex shaft. Now this is something I've been considering buying for my other tools, but never got around to it. And this comes with the flex shaft already. And this is already a great value at $43.99, but with the flex shaft, that makes it an even better deal. It also comes with this auxiliary handle that is almost like a pistol grip for the tool, and it essentially mounts like this and allows you to have a different type of control of the tool than you would if you were just holding it, like a pencil. The third accessory, which is pretty neat, I had seen files for something like this that you could 3D print. But essentially, this is like a little router base for the rotary tool. So you can thread this on the end of the tool, set your depth, and then use this, rotary tool almost like a tiny router. So you could do detailed inlay work, engraving, and things like that with this little attachment. So that's pretty cool. Out of the gate, it comes with some pretty great accessories. It does also come with this 80-piece kit that is pretty nice as well. There are some extra collets in here for some different bit sizes. There are, your standard 1/8" bits, but there are also some that are a little bit smaller. So, and they give you extra collets in this kit. You can see those there. And all of this stuff fits in that hard shell case. So again, if you need to grab something and go, the Teccpo has a leg up on the competition already. So I'm going to compare specs on these three. I've got it written down here. So the Teccpo has a 1.5 amp copper motor. It is variable speed. It has a wheel on the back here. And it's as simple as turning a dial to increase or decrease the speed. Pretty much the same setup on the Tool Shop. The Dremel is a single speed Dremel that is 35,000 RPM at all times. So this was right around 30 bucks, I think, when I got it. You can get it for 27 and some change on Amazon right now. I paid $15 for the Tool Shop at Menards. It has since become my go-to because of the variable speed. That's pretty nice. So I'm excited to try the Teccpo out and see how that stacks up against the other two because it is variable speed as well. So I'm going to break out my phone and we're going to open up a decibel meter and see right out of the gate how these things are sounding. I'm going to max out the speed on everything so that it is all setting around 35,000 RPM. I'm also going to prop up my phone here and we're going to get a base reading of the room, and then I'm just going to hold the tool over my phone and we're going to see just how loud these are. So we're sitting right around 46, 47 decibels. Let's start with the Dremel. All right, again, single speed. I'm going to hold this over the phone and turn it on. Okay, so that clocked in around 95 decibels. Let's check out the Tool Shop and see how it does. Again, maxed out at 35,000 RPM. All right, so that's sitting at 96 decibels, so just a little bit louder. And now let's check out the Teccpo and see how it does. Again, maxed out, 35,000 RPM. So on par with the Dremel as far as noise or the volume goes. So very comparable. I think that the Dremel, in listening to the three, the Dremel has almost a shrill, high-pitch sound to it. I'm not sure if it's a difference in the motor or if it's because I've had this for several years. So it's maybe less comfortable to listen to. The Tool Shop has a little bit of a kind of a rickety sound to it. So like there's something loose in there, but still sounds okay. Maybe a little bit more comfortable than the Dremel to listen to. And the Teccpo is obviously the smoothest because, you know, we just turned it on. So it's comparable. So I got to say that, you know, I'm pretty impressed there. It's not a very loud tool comparatively. Okay, so now that that phone is put away, we're going to examine the build quality and the ergonomics of the three tools. So I'm not sure if the Dremel is smaller because of the difference in the motor, since this is a single speed motor, but it is, you know, fairly comfortable to hold. I think it could be a little bit bigger to get a really good grip on it, but it's not terrible. The construction, obviously, you know, is very nice. The plastic seems nice and solid, nice and rigid. All of the moving parts seem to be made really well. Even this, you know, threaded cap on the end where you would thread on accessories, that all feels nice and smooth. The quality of the cord is often, you know, a giveaway of nice or cheap equipment. The cord is nice and flexible and pliable, very comfortable, good strain relief on the tool. You got your accessory hook. Just a, you know, well-made little rotary tool. The Tool Shop is obviously larger than the Dremel. It's longer. I think part of that could be attributed to the motor, but it's not terrible. It does feel a little unbalanced compared to the Dremel. Again, I think that's partly because of its size. I would opt to changing the way that I hold this tool and hold it maybe a little bit more like this to get the job done, or, you know, even two-handed if I needed to. But it is a little bit bigger. The plastic doesn't feel quite as strong as the Dremel. There is just a little bit of flex to it. The threaded accessory, this cap here feels, you know, cheap. Again, I paid $15. I can't complain too much, but it's still not the best. The cord is, feels like a $15 cord. Not great, it'll work, but I wouldn't expect the cord to last forever. Now the Teccpo is comparable in size to the Tool Shop, if not a little bit bigger. But where I think it has the advantage is with the rubber top and bottom. So this entire bottom section here, if I can get the cord out of the way, is rubber. So that immediately gives you a better grip, which makes it feel more comfortable. You definitely want a tool like this to feel comfortable in your hand, especially something that has torque and can get away from you. The rubber is just going to add extra grip and reduce the likelihood of it slipping away. Now the moving parts, they feel fine. You know, I don't feel anything that feels super loose. The button here to hold the chuck still, or the collet still, while you swap tools out, feels just fine. The plastic does feel better on this than it did the Tool Shop. It feels fine. It's definitely a different material, or the texture is different than on the Dremel. but that's fine. I think where this is going to have an advantage, this part threads on really nicely. This piece itself is much higher quality than what was on the tool shop. But I think this, having the flex shaft included, gives it the upper hand on ergonomics, because we can compare the tools one-to-one, obviously. And I think if we do that, the Dremel is probably going to have the upper hand if you're just holding the tool for comfort. But because this has the flex shaft, I don't think I'm going to be holding this tool by itself very often. I think I'm going to be using this hook, hanging it up, and using the flex shaft to do some detailed work. So I have to give the overall advantage to the Teccpo, but the Dremel would win if we're just talking about using the tool by itself. As far as value goes for your money, I think it's going to be hard to beat this Teccpo Rotary tool. Sure, you can get cheaper tools out there, but I think for the money, getting a nice quality flex shaft and these different attachments, it's hard to beat the $43.99 price tag if you're looking for a nice rotary tool that's variable speed. I will put links in the description to all three of these if I can find something for Tool Shop on Amazon. If not, I'll find something comparable. You can check this out. But I think my go-to now is going to be this Teccpo because of this flex shaft. But this thing is really intriguing to me. We do a lot of things on the CNC machine, but if I wanted to hand engrave something, this flex shaft is going to allow me to do that. Anyway, if you have questions, let me know in the comments below. I want to make sure that I can get to as many of those as possible. I want to debunk as much as I can. Again, the opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine only. Teccpo did send this for me to review, but I'm just giving you my honest opinion on this. I think this is going to be a great value for your buck. I will do a follow-up video after I've used this for a while. I'll give it, maybe 6-8 months before I do that. If this is your first time to my channel, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my content. That's all I got. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.